Hey everyone, welcome back to the Winner Circle. I'm Cody.
And I'm Derrick.
And we said we'd be back, and we are back. We're still not in the Big Brother. We're not in the conversations about Big Brother yet. It's very unfortunate. They're pushing it on us. We just talked about that the last episode. If you guys want to check out our last episode, we take a deep dive into some spoilers, some stuff that is on the horizon for Derrick and I. And we kind of talk about the reasoning and why they would push it. So check out that episode. But this week, we have something very different. It's a new reality show. We're not going to dive right into it just yet, but this one could be interesting.
It could be. I mean, we can at least say the name. The name of the show in and of itself draws you in because you're like, whoa, okay, where are we going with this?
But I was offended.
GOAT. But... Yeah, it's called the GOAT, and it stands for the greatest reality star of all time. So they revealed the cast. They revealed the host. We saw some faces we definitely recognized, and we're going to dive into all that, what we think about the cast, what we think about the concept of the show. But before we do, let's hear from this week's sponsor, GlassesUSA.com. If you didn't already know, GlassesUSA.com is one of the biggest eyewear retailers in the U.S., offering thousands of eyeglasses and sunglasses such as Ray-Ban, Gucci, Oakley, and many more. What's best about GlassesUSA.com is that their glasses start at only $39, which is up to 70% off retail prices. If you love the frames we're about to show you now, there's a crazy exclusive offer waiting for our listeners just by clicking the links in the description box below.
Yeah, guys, we've talked about Glasses USA a lot, and for me, my favorite thing about Glasses USA is their blue light glasses. GlassesUSA.com offers a collection of advanced blue light blocking lenses. Blue light glasses are ideal for protecting your eyes at home, work, or outdoors. Using blue light glasses during the screen time helps reduce eye strain, decrease headaches, improve your sleep, and increase productivity. I love the blue light lenses. I have to wear glasses all day long. I'm staring at computers, the lights. If I don't wear my blue light glasses, my eyes are burning and my head is pounding. And the other good thing is if you're feeling overwhelmed about the choices, they have a quiz that you can take, which only takes about a minute and suggests the right pair of glasses based on your face shape and needs. And if that's not enough, they have a live try-on presentation where you pick the glasses, you line your face up, take a photo, and you actually virtually can try on the glasses, because shopping online can be fun, but it also is extremely overwhelming with so many options. So when you're shopping on GlassesUSA.com, they offer some amazing tools to help find your perfect pair. So for me, I went with the Ototo Arkish silver lenses, which I love, and I had to get them in multiple colors. So I also went with the Ototo Arkish gold. Same frames. One is the large glasses and the other ones are the mediums. Just a different feel on my head, and I love going back and forth. This is such a classic look.
Yep, and you guys have seen me wear these before. These are the Revel Hendrys. Love them. They're comfortable on my face. I can wear them for hours. And as Cody was saying earlier, these are the blue light blockers. So recording episodes like this where we're in front of a monitor for hours on end, these are lifesavers right here.
And GlassesUSA.com is offering a crazy exclusive discount on top of any coupon code they have currently on the website just for our listeners. It's only available for 24 hours. So click on the links at the top of our description box and make sure you get this incredible offer.
Yeah, you got to go check it out, guys. We want to thank GlassesUSA.com for sponsoring this week's episode. Let's get back into it.
All right, so we're back. Again, we want to thank GlassesUSA.com. They sponsor a lot of our episodes. We really love them. So make sure you guys go check them out. So Let's get into it. The GOAT. Now, the GOAT. Initially, you see this, and I was really excited. You see some of the names of the cast. There's some really big names. But I can't help but be like, you may not feel the same way as I do, but I didn't even get asked. I didn't even get the call. You may give us some inside or not inside. Oh, he did. Okay, so
I did.
Derrick got the call for this, actually, people. So
I got the call.
That's the interesting thing about this.
Let me rephrase that just so nobody comes at me for this. I got the call to check my availability from the casting agency that was doing this. They told me the concept of the show. They said it was going to be some of the greatest reality players of all time. My follow-up question to them was, define greatest players of all time. And they said, well, players that have been good at games, but also people that are memorable. And right there, I was like, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
So I already know where that's going because, it's going to go with like now that anybody. Memorable is a very subjective term where they may be memorable for the wrong reasons.
Right.
And I don't want to necessarily get involved with something like that when you know that they're probably going to cast some people that are, going to cause drama, whatever. Yeah. And as people know who don't like me, I'm not the drama guy. So,
well, I would love for them to define reality player. Because what I see on this list of people,
Well, it says
that are gonna be
reality
on the
star,
show,
reality star, greatest reality star of all time. See how they word that?
Greatest reality star. So, but
Star.
in the description, so I'm looking at an article where they're saying that there's going to be. I can't wait to see how they like structure the show. It's going to be a combination of competitions. I think it's going to be a combination of like mind games. So
Yeah.
I'm eager to see how they do this. But let's go through the cast really quickly.
Yeah, a few familiar faces for sure.
And I'm just going to pick out some of the ones that like I'm really excited to see. One of the ones is Tayshia from The Bachelor. She was the Bachelorette. She does a lot of hosting stuff. Now, I mean, I don't know how she's going to be in the competition aspect of it, and I'm assuming there's going to be a winner and losers. But she was on The Bachelor, so not necessarily a reality game show, but
Right.
a reality. I mean, she is a reality star. Another
100%.
one I'm super pumped about. Vanderpump Rules. I just recently got into Vanderpump, and if you haven't watched Vanderpump Rules, I highly recommend it. I'm on season 2. Kristen from Vanderpump Rules. A lot of drama that went around.
She brings the drama.
A lot of drama. Kristen was constantly in drama, and there was some drama that recently hit. Hello.
Might have heard of a little thing called Scandival.
Scandal?
Have you been under a rock?
The
I think everybody's heard of
Scandival drama? Yeah, it was really intense. It actually is what hooked me into Vanderpump, and I was like, I gotta know what's going on with this show.
Dude, they as bad as it is for Tom and Ariana as well, but man, did that boost the ratings of that show?
Oh, 100%.
Oh, wow.
Right?
I mean, they just got another 2 or 3 seasons because of that.
Without a doubt. And they're already like, you know what I like to do? I like to watch these reality shows, like a Vanderpump. In the last episode we just put out, it's like how hard it is for these shows to stay on. Vanderpump has had 10 seasons. These people are getting paid an arm and a leg.
Hey, did you know? You probably did. I don't know if you remember this, but Sheena's a Big Brother fan.
Yeah.
Her and her sister.
We went to Pump.
We went to Pump.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But we never went to Sir. That's why I wanted
See,
to
I
go.
did.
You went the other time.
So I went to Sir and hung out with Sheena.
Yeah.
And she was a bunch of us there, but we had dinner together, and she was at I believe it was the season after ours. It was an after party. She came with her sister for a little while.
It was
She there as
17,
well.
and then that's where we went to Pump after.
Yeah, super nice.
Yeah, she was really nice. I mean, watching the show, I'm like, you don't seem like the same girl that I met.
Right. No, she's nice in person. I'm trying to think if I met. Well, no, I met Tom and Tom actually at Tom Tom. I went there with Nicole Franzel, Victor, and Paul Abrahamian after we did the proposal for Nicole. Remember, Victor proposed in the house. We all went to dinner there at Tom Tom afterwards, and Tom and Tom were there. And funny enough, I don't want to ride I don't want to ride on the bash train. Not surprising to anyone, Tom Schwartz didn't know who I was. Super nice. Tom Sandoval acted like I was a peasant looking for change. I was like, "Hey man, big fan of the show." He's like, "Thanks," and he just walked away. I was like, "Douche." And this was before.
Shave your mustache, loser.
This was before all this, so I'm glad to see that my read was right on him, because I remember looking at Nicole like, "Damn."
I mean, dude, he's one of the ones. So Vanderpump Rules is actually a hilarious show to me that I watch, because I watch the show and there's only one person on the show that I really like, and that's Lisa. Everybody else, like, I like to watch to just like talk shit, like, and I know everybody else does too. And this is if I met them in person, I would be super nice. Like, we all do it. We watch shows, we all commentate. And it's not me like talking shit, but I am talking shit, and it is what it is. But it's like, I like just like talking shit. I'm like, these people are nuts. This is a plug. This is turning into, are they paying us to sponsor the episode?
Maybe we got to start covering Vanderpump.
Dude, I would lose it. Go
back and do Vanderpump, because that would get some views for sure, because people love their Vanderpump. Okay,
anyway,
who else we got? Because we are making this a Vanderpump
Okay,
thing.
so we have obviously Davon from Big Brother.
That's a Big Brother. That's a Big Brother
name. Now again, we have I think that in these shows it's not good, because like Davon and Wendell from Survivor, Wendell won Survivor. You were telling me that.
Yep.
For these shows, I'm telling you right now, and not to sound any type of way, but it's like people that played Survivor and Big Brother are probably in the game show realm. I just think are like the best players that have played.
Agreed.
They're well diverse in anything. You see Big Brother and Survivor players, they go to the challenge, they win. They come back, they go on a different show, they win. Suri, the Traders. It's like you just see these Survivor and Big Brother people just can bounce around and mold to these shows. So I got to be honest, probably Front Runner is one of those two. And then obviously I got to give some love to my man Reza from Shaw's of Sunset. He had an early exit from the Traders, and I think he's like ready to come back and prove something.
What do you think about Joey Sasso? Because he's been on The Circle. He's been on the not Love
Perfect
Is Blind,
Match.
but Perfect Match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
and he's made it far on both shows. He won one.
yeah, he won
Made
The
it far
Circle.
on the other one.
Yeah, I think, The Perfect Match, it was hilarious. I really liked Joey on The Circle, and then I watched him in Perfect Match, and I was like, brother, here's the thing, right? When you're watching these shows, and he's like with a girl, right? So now it's intimate, where into The Circle, it's his personality. And he's just like, his personality is amazing. When I was watching him on The Perfect Match, I was like, buddy, and it's like, I don't know why, but it's like when he
was
would
a
lean in
watered
to
down
kiss the
version of
girl,
himself.
this is a different thing. He would go in to kiss the girl, and it was like a face he made. He was like, it was like weird. I was like, bro, why are you doing that? He would like squint his eyes and like look at her. I'm like, bro, just open your eyes and stare at her. Like he would like kind of sit back and be like,
The Perfect Match was good though.
it was a great show. I watched every episode.
Dude, it was good.
Like I love all I watch. That's why like the writer's strike going on.
Yeah, they're gonna just pump out more reality shows like this.
And I don't care. I don't watch scripted television because scripted TV seems these days more like acting, where it's like normally it was like, man, the actors are so good that they're like captivating, and it's like you get into the characters. Acting, I'm watching nowadays, and I'm just like, I can tell you're acting, and so it's like I want to watch reality because I don't know what I'm
gotta
gonna
watch
get.
Yellowstone. You're missing out. See, you're missing out
I'm
on
not watching any
Yellowstone.
good ones. That's a problem.
Yeah, you gotta watch Yellowstone. But no, there's a few people in there. I think the cast that they have, from the ones that I know, like even Tech from The Real World, he's a throwback, but he's someone who he can get fired up pretty good. But even Davon, Wendell's he's more mellow. He's more like strategist. I don't know if he's gonna bring a lot of drama or anything, but like
I think he could win it.
You know, Davon, she's gonna bring the drama. She's gonna bring the excitement. If someone pisses her off.
I think if somebody pisses her off, I think Davon isn't the same Davon that you saw like years and years ago. I think it would take a lot, to make her get like pissed off and blow up.
Well, she knows the shows now.
Yeah, she's like well versed in this stuff now. Now, also, I will say she's well versed, so like you may just see her play it up for the cameras. But like, is Davon really going to be pissed off? Like, where you're like, yo, Davon is like genuinely pissed. Yeah, I don't think you're getting that same Davon. Like
Joey could fall into that same category, right? Because Joey's someone, if he's his true self, the one we remember from The Circle, he could cause some drama, some good sound bites. But as you said earlier, he's been on so many shows now that he kind of knows. He knows the production element of it. He may give us something for TV to get that soundbite, but also he could go in there and be completely reserved and trying to, create this new persona for himself through this show by being like, quote unquote, more serious or whatever. So it's going to be hit or miss, but they've put people in there. You could see hookups. You could see fights just based on the cast you're seeing. I think it's going to be more drama, entertainment based than competition because there's nobody here other than maybe Wendell that I'm aware of that's like a super good like competitor.
Yeah. Well, there's another guy, Joe.
And I don't know
Grocery Joe. He was like Grocery Store Joe. This guy, because I was watching Paradise. This guy's such a weenie, but he's a really nice guy. So I shouldn't say that. Well, it is what it is.
Oh my God.
Here's the problem: is that like I don't say it, and like if anybody ever watches this, it's like I don't say it in a manner of like I would still be like, oh yeah, man, I called you a weenie. Like, my bad. I didn't really know you fully. I don't like, but it's like when I watched him on the show, which obviously I know it's not the full edit. It's not how people truly are. It's how they just like decide and that they want to show them. But I didn't really get into him on Paradise, but he seems like a really nice guy and I'd probably share a beer with him, but he seems like a weenie.
You're going for people tonight, man.
He seems
You're not
like
messing around.
Well, I'm just being honest.
Hey, what do you think about the host? What do you think about the host?
Taj Point oh. He is, I don't know. I never found him that funny.
Wow. Did somebody? Oh my God.
I'm serious. Well, hold on.
You had a bad day at work today, didn't you?
No, I had a great day, dude.
You're like, psh,
I love work.
Actors suck. Tasha, never found him that funny. This
No,
cast.
but he wasn't.
Forget
Like,
him.
like my funnies are like, I mean, like Taj Point oh was like, he was
Imagine
trying to be
having
a
like Matt
comedian.
Rife host.
What?
Imagine having like Matt Rife host.
Yeah, like that would be awesome. I'd be like, yo, Matt Rife is hilarious. But like Taj Point oh, when I was younger, he was a comedian, and the comedians I watched I watched like Dave Chappelle. It's like Taj 2.0. I was like, dude, this guy isn't funny.
I will give you this. We haven't seen him in a hosting role, and it's going to be interesting to see how he's the ringleader. Because like I think a host, you could be a good entertainer, but not necessarily a good host because you're not in your element. So is he going to keep the show flowing well? Is he going to be a character within the show? Like I always, Alan Cumming.
Yeah. He was a character in the show.
He was great.
Yeah.
He bought into the role. He
Yeah.
was enthusiastic about it, even though he's an actor, someone who's done more serious roles. But he embraced that role, and he became part of the story. Where I looked forward. I looked forward to seeing him.
It was a role. He was in a role where I don't think that Taj, like, that's what he will be in this.
He's going to be roasting people.
Yeah.
That's what I think they hired him for. They're like, roast him during the comps, and even roast him like based on the drama going. If he does that and he's funny, it could be a cool element.
Yeah. I mean, he'd probably roast me. He'd be like, wait, who are you? So like,
he'd definitely roast you 100%.
Yeah.
He'd roast all of us. I mean, remember Kathy Gray? She came in, she roasted us hardcore.
Man,
I mean,
Kathy couldn't roast me on her best day.
Zingbot,
Zingbot, pretty good. On the other hand.
Yeah.
Zingbot.
She probably wrote those lines. But listen, so from what we know, we were doing a little research. We didn't see anything. If we're wrong, put it down in the comments. But it looks like the show started filming in April, so it's currently in production, or maybe it's already done. It could be done. We're in June now, so more than likely it is done.
Yeah.
But it didn't have a release date. It just said later 2023, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
it's like later at some point in 2023, probably towards the end of it.
This also could be in line with last week's episode where they may have had a date for it. And then with the writer's strike, they decided, okay, let's hold on to it. We may need to fill a spot later in the fall. But they're Amazon freebies, so I don't know if they're like their streaming service.
Well,
so I don't know
they
if they're
want to try to drive. They probably want to try to drive a lot of eyes. This is like a new Amazon is taking over the world. They're now coming on to with their own network, with their own like streaming service. So they're going to want to make sure they drive a lot of numbers and a lot of people to it. And having other reality shows on may actually hinder the drive to go watch this show. Because if Big Brother's on, although people would watch because they're huge fans of Dave on, there's people that you may be like, oh, I'm going to wait till after Big Brother. And then at that point, you're so worn out. You're like, maybe I'll just wait. And it could hurt it.
I mean, either way, though, if they put these shows on during the time of the year when there's supposed to be a lot of scripted shows that people have on their DVRs, they're going to turn to, for the people who need their TV content, they're going to turn to the streaming channels. They're going to turn to they're going to turn to CBS, which is going to have a reality show on. They're going to turn to Amazon. They're going to turn to Netflix.
Yep.
They're going to go to those streaming services to see what's available. And they may watch a show like The GOAT that they wouldn't normally watch if their regularly scheduled shows, scripted shows were on. So these guys get paid a lot more money than us, right? Like there's obviously a plan, and it does kind of give you a peek behind the curtain where some of the top people in these industries may be saying, oh, this strike could go on for a little bit. Yeah. And they're reserving all of these non-scripted shows, these unscripted shows, and saving them until they kind of figure out what's going on. They might be just storing them. Yeah. You know,
because they're like, we know what we have, it's new content.
Yep. And we're going to have to drop that during the spots that aren't being filled by our shows that are supposed to be there. So kind of goes in with last week. We didn't intend for it to go that way, but it almost seems like they may have known the strike was coming. Because isn't it kind of odd that they announce a show, they show cast photos, but then it's just like coming later this year? Like,
which they were obviously like, it was filming in April 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Not a huge cast.
No. This show's definitely already done being filmed by now. Has to be. So it's in the can. Mm-hmm. It's probably, they could be editing episodes as they're putting them out.
Let me tell you this. We filmed Traders in April of 22. Yeah. It came out in January.
Oh, so they held that one back a little while, 6 months? A little longer than that, 7 months.
Yeah. Long time.
Interesting. No, hey, depending on what's on TV and depending on what we have going on in the world, I'll probably be watching I'll definitely check it out for an episode or two. Mm-hmm. If I watch it for an episode or two and I don't get into it, I'm done with it. Yeah. Like even the Traders, I knew you were on it, which obviously made me want to watch it more. Right. But I was like, man, I hope after the episode 1 or 2 I like it, because if I don't, this is going to be terrible. Yeah. And luckily it's a good show, but pretty quickly just based on the concept and the cast. Yeah. How are they utilizing the cast? Are they taking advantage of their personalities? Are they giving them opportunities and situations where they're going to get pissed at each other? Mm-hmm. They're going to fight. There's going to be drama. Or are they kind of in a controlled environment where they're not really getting to be their full selves because it's more of a competition that they're not familiar with?
A lot. Yeah. They don't let them talk a lot. They put them in like, okay, cameras aren't in this room, because that's always the issue. They need to capture the drama. And if they don't have cameras constantly in every room, they'll hold people, which just dials down the show. That's why the concept of Big Brother is just the best, where there's just cameras always on 24/7, so they catch it no matter what. Yeah, always watching. Any final words? I mean, we talked about the GOAT. We kind of went on the Vanderpump thing. Mm-hmm.
You know what? Question for the week. If we have to cover other shows besides Big Brother, like honestly,
Any
what
show.
would be the show that you guys think we would cover in a way that you'd want to watch or listen to, and consider that Tiffany would be part of that too?
Yeah.
So is it, I don't know, The Bachelor? Is it Vanderpump? Is it, because there's already a lot of other
is it like a
podcasts
Bravo
doing it,
show? Is it only
Yep.
the reality? Because like we did Survivor, we covered
Yep.
Traders. It's like, is it those competition, or was it like maybe we watch like a Vanderpump, like the Summer House, something like that?
You know what I would love to cover, and you would never probably watch it, but this is a little plug for anybody who's looking for a new show to pick up that I've been watching for years. Naked and Afraid.
No.
Have you ever watched that?
No.
Dude, it's
I have
phenomenal.
zero desire to watch that show.
Thumbs up, like this video if you watch Naked and Afraid. There's a new season on right now. It's called XL, Naked and Afraid XL. Last one.
And comment an X if you don't.
Yeah, comment an X if you want me to go myself. But that's it. That's all I got. I feel like Big Brother, to be completely transparent with you guys, we did Big Brother Canada. I was out in Canada meeting with the cast, and I told a lot of them, because they're like, oh, we're disappointed you didn't do any more seasons. The viewership isn't there. The listenership isn't there. People don't really care about it. And we're going to listen to the viewers and listeners. If people aren't tuning in to check it out, we're not going to come in here and record every week. Same thing with Survivor, to a lesser degree, but still, like, the culture behind it, it's not a strong enough culture behind it where they're coming on YouTube or coming on audio podcasts to listen about recaps the next day. Big Brother US, it's there.
Huge.
The viewership's there, listenership's there. There's so much going on, plenty to cover. So
I feel like
there's some
people
other
like The Bachelor Nation people, they listen to stuff because there's so many Bachelor people that cover that and will interview people, and their podcasts like kill it.
They kill it. And
But
here's
again,
the
they've
thing.
been on the show, so it's,
That you just took the words out of my mouth. Like, those guys, I would listen to them over us, right? But I do think there's some shows that maybe we're not thinking about that maybe you guys will weigh in on. If we see a common name constantly popping up in the comments, maybe it's something we talk about, because I'm always looking for a show to watch that I can binge, and then we can
talk about,
come on here as fans and talk about. So maybe we'll do that.
Depending on the
in
kind of
comments
day
below.
I had at work. It could be nice.
It could be brutal for them.
Could be a tough critic. Could be a great easy.
Could be tough. Could be tough for them. Tasho got it tonight. A few guys got it
I
tonight.
just said he wasn't that funny.
I hope he roasts you on something. I hope he somehow gets this and just roasts you. Good. That'd be great. Not you're gonna care. You're like, who are
Good.
you?
I would literally be like, hey, I want to be casted on the GOAT, and then I'd show up and be like, what's up, Tosh?
He's tall. I will say that. I'm looking at his photo. He's a tall guy.
Yeah, well, he looks kind of skinny in the legs, so.
Whoa. All right, we're gonna end this before we get canceled. Any final words from you? Anything?
No, guys, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, like, comment. If you're listening on audio, leave us a 5-star review, leave us a comment. We really appreciate all the love. And we are getting ready to spice up. And if you haven't done this, we don't really say this much, head on over to Instagram. Follow Winners Circle
Cast. I got you, bro. I got you. And finally,
that's been a while.
Because I'm looking at them right now, they look great on you. We want to thank GlassesUSA.com one more time for sponsoring this week's episode. Couldn't do it without you. They've been a long-time sponsor of the channel. They're supporting us, so make sure you go support them. And you can support them, get some really fire glasses for a great price. That's all we have this week. We don't know when we'll be back. We're going to see what's going on. We're going to kind of keep an eye on what's going on social media, what's going on in the news. And if something pops off that's worth talking about, we will be back. But until then, be safe out there, and we will see you very soon.